Welcome to a Legendarium special about the Black Pullet, a book of ancient Egyptian magic, or at least, so the author claims. Humankind has long been fascinated with the supernatural, lured by the promise of gaining power and enlightenment in a quick and easy, if sometimes dangerous manner. Thousands of books have been devoted to this practice, outlining complicated and mysterious rituals presented as the key to achieving communion with otherworldly spirits who come bearing dangerous gifts. Many such books circulated throughout Europe during the late medieval and early modern eras. Yet as Europeans entered the Age of Reason during the 18th century, such books began to fall out of favor and be replaced with works centered on experimental science. Despite that, it seems that magic books still appeal to some in the reading public. In 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte led an invasion of Turkish-ruled Egypt. While his invasion failed, he brought a company of scholars who studied ancient monuments and helped to create the study of Egyptology. Not long after, a book began appearing in Paris bookstores called The Black Pullet. The author remained anonymous but claimed to have served as an officer in Napoleon's Egyptian campaign. In the prologue, the author told a grand tale about joining an expedition to the pyramids. While eating lunch in the shadow of the pyramids, a horde of Turkish cavalry attacked them. Most of the author's comrades supposedly died, and the enemy left him for dead. Upon awaking to find himself the last man alive, he delivered his own funeral oration to the setting sun in the ancient Greek style. Suddenly, a stone rolled back in the pyramid, and an old man climbed out. The old man took pity on the author, healed his wounds, and took him into the pyramid. Inside he found vast halls, endless galleries, and underground chambers packed with treasure. He claimed to have seen ghosts within blazing lamps, magical suppers, wise spirits offering advice, and finally he learned the secret of weaving magical spells. After the author learned everything that he could from the old man, his rescuer collapsed onto a sofa. Despite the author's best efforts, the old man went to the next world, yet the author returned home, laden with treasures and knowledge worth passing on. During a ship voyage home to France, the author supposedly used his new magic to calm a storm which menaced his ship. In the publisher's note, he claims to have cursed the book, and any publisher who tried publishing unauthorized editions without paying the author would be cursed with horrifyingly long ears. Most of the Black Pullet is dedicated to the construction and use of magical talismanic rings. The key to these rings lay in engraving mystical words that would protect and empower the wearer with extraordinary powers. Magicians built these talismanic rings from bronzed steel, silk, and special ink. One particular ring allowed the wearer to call upon a jinn, a creature made of smoke and fire, that could bring you to your true love. For those with more sinister intentions, the pullet also provided instructions on making talismans that enchanted men into telling you their darkest secrets. Others allowed wearers to see behind closed doors and destroy anyone conspiring against them. Perhaps the most wonderful secret revealed is the power to produce the titular creature, the Black Pullet, also called the hen with the golden eggs. Supposedly, this hen could not only lay golden eggs, but lead its master to any hidden treasure which might happen to be buried in the area. Despite many of the claims being outlandish, to put it politely, many people read the book, and a few claim to have found success using it at least in their minds. Early 19th century readers found the book appealing not only because of the Egyptomania gripping Europe during the early 19th century, they also found it pleasing that they accessed ancient and mystical secrets at a time when 18th century rational thought appeared to have led to the guillotine and the Napoleonic Wars. Indeed, the book gained enough of a following in England that a Protestant clergyman named A.E. Waite dedicated a written sermon to denouncing the work not only as a fraud, but the work of French Catholics who wanted to lure good English Protestants away from the Gospels and into a book that gave them nothing but trouble. Yet that did nothing to keep the Black Pullet from being published in a steady stream of editions up to the present day. That wraps things up for this episode of the Legendarium. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. And if you've got anything to say, let me know in the comments section. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day.